Macauley, you've scored in back-to-back games now. How much confidence has that given you as a striker?
First, strikers, we live off scoring goals, and when you go for a patch and not playing and not scoring, it does have an effect on you. But obviously, coming in the team now and scoring 2 and 2, it kind of sets me up now for the last part of the season now to go and get more.
So, how much do you enjoy going into this sort of back end of the season, and where any result can really have a positive effect on league position?
Yeah, especially where we're at the minute, only 3 points off. I think it's 3 points to the playoffs now. Going into back-to-back games, I think we've got games Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. I think this next week is massive for us. That they're all important for us. We work on it for the next game, but you look at the next week. This time next Thursday, we could be sitting here with 6 points on the board, 3 points on the board. It's always, but it's 3 points more towards the playoffs, and I think that's all our hard work in training now is leading up to that. Look, it's probably the last spot of the playoffs now, and that's our aim. Or I know it's my aim to try and get us into the playoffs, but I know as a collective and a team, we all want that all work for everyone.
And then you've got experience of getting out of this league. How do you prepare for each game with that in the back of your mind?
It's hard because everyone's different. Every team I played for, obviously, been at Orient them years ago. It was different. It's different, but it's more like if you don't put too much pressure on yourself, when you start overthinking, doing too much, doing not for the coach, but you do too much in training, that's when you start really overthinking. And it comes to a game, it's kind of unnatural. You want to just kind of let things flow as smoothly as possible so that you can take them to a game. And like we've shown the last few, I think we're unbeaten now since February, I think, isn't it? And that ain't luck. That's just from our hard work and putting stuff on training into games.
And then looking ahead at Eastleigh, what sort of challenges do you expect from them?
They're a physical side. I played against many times over my career, and we just got to stand up to the physical side of the game, which I think was, again, we played some sides like your Altrinchams, your Rochdale, your Halifaxes we played recently, all quite physical sides, and they've got different sort of attributes. Like they're quite big at the back, got two big forwards, and got runners. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game, but I think we've got enough to stand up to a challenge.
Nice one, thanks, Macauley.
Thank you.
Back of the game on Saturday, really entertaining one to watch and great for Southend to take a point out of it. From that draw, what was the biggest thing that the team took away from it?
The fact that we've gone to one of the biggest sides in the league, there's no doubt about that. And where they've been in the playoff spots, automatics all season, we've gone there and gone toe to toe with them. And from my point of view, I think we could have nicked something there for all 3 points. You leave there with a point, it's a good point, but you kind of half think that it's 2 points drop. It's just from our stopping mistakes that they've scored 2 goals, like the set piece, and then obviously losing the ball middle of the park and then breaking. But you look at from a whole, teams aren't playing proper soccer to break us down to try and score goals. They're literally just working off our mistakes, which we've got to cut out, and scoring goal where we've got to score such well worked and team goals. Which you look at Gus's goal at the end there, like Keenan's won it, we broke through with Norton, and Nor's found a nice pass. Chaz setting back. They're all good, well worked goals, and I think coming away from that, we now go into the last 9, and we've got to go and think we can beat everyone. That's the mindset you got to have. You can't think about going in a point. You got to go into each game, which I know we all do, to go win and try and get in that last playoff spot.
I mean, it's a great place for mentality to squad to be and going to the run a lot. But over this time where you've been unbeaten, do you think that's the big thing that's changed in the fact that you feel like Southend now is sort of getting more to play in their own game, being harder to break down? That's what's the key part of this unbeaten run.
Yeah, and you can see everyone's playing with a smile on their face. Like everyone's enjoying playing their football now, and it's case might have been difficult as part of the season where we only a few weeks ago we could barely fill a bench, and then going to Forest Green, we've got players out of the squad. It's just football changes so quickly over a few weeks, and I think now we've got everyone back fit, for what I know of, and yeah, and I think the game management from games we've been playing recently it's completely changed. Like, okay, we've got Sieg, some games are better, but we've defended well in the last 10 minutes of the game when teams come and try and put on top of us, and I think that's kind of helped our endeavour to never go under. We don't. I feel like we've got times in the season, look at the start of the season when I first joined, there's a bit of naivety where people are trying to, myself, I did it against Sittingbourne. I made a mistake and it's cost a goal, and I hold my hands up to that. And I think since then I've had to take a step back and go, look, not just me alone. We've all got quite silly mistakes, and you look at them mistakes we've all made. You cut them out. Like against Saturday, there's look at the wide free kick. I'm in there as well. For marking's better. If we're in there taking third, they break us a score. You knock them little things out there. That could be 2 points on the board. And rather than us chasing playoffs now, we could be sitting there comfortably. But that's football. Football don't always go the way you want it to go. So that's why I think that we've got to put it down to ourselves now to try and come together as a team and just go flat out for these last 9 games.
For yourself as well, you've scored in consecutive games as well, which is brilliant to see. I remember when we spoke last in this press conference, because you hadn't had a full pre-season, you said you were building towards it and it was coming. Now, do you think you're at that point now where you're really firing on all cylinders right now?
Yeah, it's the fittest I've been all season.
Yeah.
Like, it's taken me longer than I wanted to, but when you haven't had a pre-season, you come into games, you play, you don't get knocks, but you feel your full fitness in there, your touch quite in there, your time and everything. And I feel like now, over the last month, everything's starting to click for me. I'm now starting to play my game, and it's now seems to be helping the team a lot.
And that your group of forwards as well, yourself and Charlie and Tom and Josh as well. It seems like you guys are now sort of scoring, assisting each other as well. Feels like that bond has got even tighter over the last few weeks between the forwards.
100%, it has got to be. It can't be, okay, you want to be selfish as forward and score goals, but to get us where we want to go, we've all got to be singing off the same hymn sheet and all working together. And if I come off, the next person come on and get flat out. If I don't start, if I come on, I've got to take his place. And if all 4 or 5 of us can be doing that at the same level, it's a good thing for the club and for us there. We'll hopefully take in the right direction.
Definitely. Now, you mentioned already you're going to Eastleigh. It's going to be a big crowd down there as well, and 2 teams, same points, really close to each other as well. I mean, this game is coming into the running as well. It's a bit of a benchmark game for where the running can go.
Yeah, Forest game was one for us really to see where we're really at going into the last 9-10 game season. We've gone there, took a point from them, and we said possibly should have been 3. Now, no game in this league is easy. You look at your teams like Boston, for an example. When we went there before, when the game called off, they were kind of in the mud a bit. Now look at them; they've been winning, doing very well down there. We've got them on Tuesday night, coming onto it. No game in this league is easy, and I think we've got to take each game as it comes and just focus on that.
I mean, as well, you mentioned about targeting the playoffs as well. Obviously, the landscape of the National League changed a bit on Tuesday as well. And to be clear, this is the target that you set for yourself now. You want to be at those playoff spots.
Yeah, you look at the results on Tuesday night, and I'm pretty sure if there's any better men out there, they wouldn't have gone with that, would they? You think there'd be some sort of team starting to pull away, but everything went our way on Tuesday night, and it kind of opens the gap for us to go and stake our claim and put our name up there with them, rather than chasing. A good result on Saturday can put us right in the mix.